Let's ask someone who follows China closely. Kyle Bass is founder and CIO of Heyman Capital Management. Kyle, it's good to see you again. Some have made the point that Venezuela was giving China these barrels of oil in repayment for loans. So from China's point of view, if we're taking those barrels now, they're going to feel like they've been wronged.
Well, I don't know where to start with such a false equivalency. It's a pleasure to be here. But look, you have a scenario in which this wasn't about oil. Yes, China has certainly extended Belt and Road loans to Venezuela. China runs the Venezuelan rare earth business. They run their mines. They run the extraction. They run the global sale. When you think about what this attack or what the extraction and arrest of Maduro was really about, it was about China, Russia, and Iran working together with Venezuela in multiple disciplines under the strongest bilateral partnerships that each of those countries extend to another sovereign. And what you've got now is China looking at what just happened, the precision with which U.S. forces pulled off this arrest on a military base in Venezuela, protected by Chinese stealth radar, protected by Russian surface-to-air missiles. And Iran was building, or has been building, drones that can reach Florida from Venezuela. And they're building them on a Venezuelan air base. So I think when you look at all of those things together, Kelly, this isn't about China and oil. This is about having the three greatest sworn enemies of the United States running fully operationalized activities in a country 1,500 miles from Florida.
Yeah, and I think this is where the president probably could have done a better job, Kyle. Obviously, oil was brought up, so the whole sort of no war for oil theme, it's a very easy villain. Venezuela certainly does have oil, as we've talked about, as I've reported. No American company is going to be down there anytime soon. Chevron currently does operate. So what would then be the best case scenario for the Venezuelan people? It's amazing. A lot of people are criticizing our government and the president for this action, but the Venezuelan people haven't been asked. My guess is they're sick of being poor, they're sick of being tired, and they're sick of being sick because they lack medicine. What is the best outcome for Venezuela vis-a-vis the West as well?
Yeah, I think it's important to just look at Venezuela as recently as the 1970s. I mean,
richest country in South America.
Yeah, they had the highest living standards of any country in South America, one of the richest countries in the world. In 1970, having about $7,500 GDP per capita. At that time, that was 2 times German GDP per capita. That was 4 times Japan. It was 12 times China in the 1970s. That was pretty recently. It only took 2 regimes of Chavez and Maduro to wreck it. The GDP per capita now is in the bottom 20% of countries worldwide. It's about $3,000 a person. It's a laughing stock of the world. So the best possible outcome is Maduro and his socialist communist government are gone, and they get a duly elected leader in place, and they embrace the capitalism of the West. I mean, that would be the greatest thing that could ever happen to Venezuela. Look at the Venezuelans all over America and in the streets of Venezuela today. They are all celebrating this arrest.